Right, we're looking at this following question here that talks about details of joint venture between relating how a joint venture has been set up for the wind turbines and generating, let's say, Laring Aerodynamics, Raymond Engineering, background information relating to background funding arrangement and setup of joint venture. Design choices, there are 3 designs being considered. Data to use evaluating the 3 options, that's appendix 1, information is provided here. Now, let's have a look at the case facts first. Okay. Right, we're looking at this one. And this question, okay, pay attention. You might use a piece of paper to get things organized. Okay. Let's look at what we are using here. The question is actually Turing, alright? Just remember it's a Turing question. Okay, and we can just write down what are the key points that you need to pick up. Okay. What are things you should be picking up? Okay, now let's look at the requirements first. This one, the requirements are a bit more straightforward. Assess the risk appetite of the 2 firms in the joint venture and provide justified recommendation for each firm on appropriate method of decision making under uncertainty to assess different type of wind turbine. That means which method will they want? And you should remember the methods. You still remember the methods? How many methods are there for decision making under risk? 4 methods. What's the 4 method? Decision making under this, what's the 4 methods? Appropriate method for decision making under uncertainty, which is it? What's the 4 methods, guys? Hurry up, guys, come on. Oh dear, you don't have the memory. This is bad.
Usually from the scenario we get something.
No, this is theory, this is memory. You must have the front load the memory. System must load application data first before the application can run.
Is that it? Maximax? What is it?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, but that's the point. If your memory don't recall the 4 method, how you want to start this question? You die on the spot. Understand what I mean by your memory needs to be in order. That's why each chapter you better know what you have to memorize. See, the way it goes is like this. Okay, I was talking to one of my students. Okay, I remember I was talking to one of my students who said that she do the test, she always jam. Then I asked her, what are you doing? She said, oh, I already have all the notes written down. I just put it by the side. I said, that's not the way it works. It doesn't work that way. You have the note, doesn't work. You must, your brain is like a software program. You don't load the application, how the app going to run? Hello, your app must load first. The application system with all the data must load first. Then only the problem come, it will solve. If you don't have the Excel file in the Excel executive file inside your Windows, can you do Excel? So same thing, like your brain got no APM data inside there. You go and give APM exam question, sure you fail. Because you don't load the data. So she had problem because of the technique used. The technique was, she got all the materials. Notice the 10-minute note. Remember the 10-minute note I said, right? She got it ready and keep first. So she doesn't do it. She's like, I know everything. What for I have to do it again? That's a logic lah. I did it once, so it's enough. Actually, that was not what I meant by the 10-minute note. The 10-minute note brings you something called an awareness. The whole balance scorecard is an awareness. Once the manager know that they have 4 things, then they start aware of 4 things. If they were not aware, they're only going to look at profit. Same like you are lah. You are not aware means your brain doesn't get the theory not in. Then you're like, let me try to bullshit my way through. Go on, show fail. This one cannot bullshit. In that sense, cannot bullshit. If the exam question pick a certain theory and you don't know the theory, burn. Repeat, SBL, yes. APM cannot. I repeat again, SBL, you can still bullshit your way out even though you don't know the theory, as long as you answer the requirement. APM, if they tell you target costing, you cannot do anything different already. If they tell you ABM, you cannot do anything different. They tell you VBM, you have to know what it is. You must have that knowledge awareness. VBM, 4 steps, can you remember not? Hello? VBM, 4 steps. What's the 4 steps? Wait, we were 7-8 days from the exam day, you know. You cannot be having gaps of knowledge at this junction. At this junction, when I ask you, you're supposed to know. VBM, what's the 4 steps? Hello? Can I remember? Guys, can I get the answer? Online, what's the 4 steps? Yeah? Now you're looking at your one-page note, is it? Very, very dangerous. Your one-page note is not supposed to function that way. What's the 4 step for VBM? Guys, online? Wait, comes out all the time in the exam, you know. Yeah, can I get an answer? Waiting for you. Step 1? What's step 1?
Strategy, performance,
It's over here.
measurement, action plan.
Yes. Company, business unit, develop strategy, critical value drivers identified. Strategy translate to long-term performance measure, a mix of financial, non-financial KPI. Active action plan drawn up, budgets drawn up. Then performance measurement system incentive set up. 4 step. You only had that 4 step. The note itself is only this short. Understand? So when you get a question and you can't recall the step, burn. Automatic 0 already. If ABM come out and they ask you, hey, what do you do with ABM? The cost driver, you analyze this way. How to achieve ABM? The 4 ways. Control the effort. So there are 2 parts of ABM. Do you know the 2 part? Strategic APM, operational APM? Can recall now? Doing things right, doing the right things. Are you clear the difference? Yes, no? A lot of people don't. Hence, when the exam question comes out, you don't know the difference. Gone. 0. Okay, I repeat again. At the end of the day, it is your memory work. You do have to have that memory in your head. For this paper, yes, you must have memory, but not so extensive, but minimum. I'm worried that the minimum also you're not putting in already. Your recall is not there. If your recall is not there, you're not aware of the idea, keyword, not aware of the idea, you won't be able to recall the idea to solve the problem. That's why in this question, I said, hey, look, assess the risk appetite, and the question did not say what method. Okay, never mind. Evaluate the choice of turbine design engine using a recommended method in part A, whichever method you recommend. So linking up, the 17 marks is linked marks. Okay. Discuss problem encountered in managing performance in a joint venture such as L and R. Okay, that's all. Now let's have a look at the question itself. Okay. Laring Aerodynamics has formed a joint venture with Rainman Generator in order to design, manufacture high-performance wind turbine which generate electricity. The joint venture is called LANR, each owning 50%. Okay, right. the idea here is to own 50%. Laring will design and build pylons, housing and turbine blades. Raymond will supply the generator to be fitted inside. Gone. That's enough. Alright? Okay, done. Background, very important. This is where the issue comes up. Laring is a medium-sized firm known for blade design skills. So I'm going to go back into my so-called I just put Laring blade design. Okay, let me see. It is owned by 3 venture capitalists. And the remaining 10% given to management to motivate them. VCs each have a large portfolio of business investment and accept that some investment will fail provided that some of the investments show large gains. All the VCs are using a portfolio approach. Got it? Next, the management team is ambitious group that enjoys business and technical challenge. Okay. Now pay attention. This one is very similar to the video I sent to you earlier about the company that failed. Are you clear now? Their management also very gung-ho, believe they can achieve the whole world. Got it? And that they died. Okay, now next one. On the other hand, Raymond is a large family-owned business. Okay, now cut that aside. Okay, family-owned business, working in a highly competitive market. Shareholders see businesses wanting to offer stable long-term return. I recently had emergency refinancing due to thin profit margins and tough competition, both of which forecast to continue. Okay, they seek emergency refinancing. And then you got the last part here. Well, let's have a look at this part. As a result, shareholders and management are concerned with survival. Okay, they are looking at survival. So here they have a thin margin and tough competition. So JV is a survival, remember, as a way to generate. Unlike at Laring, management does not own significant shareholding. Company has preferred to pay fixed salary. Okay, that's the difference between the two companies, correct? Based on this difference, you can already pick up certain issues already. The management enjoy challenge, their management want to survive, 10% owned by management shares, here fixed salaries. Are you clear now? VC owner, family owner, got it? 3 issues already, alright? 3 issues, 3 marks. Okay, now let's move on. Alright, let's move on to the design choice. Okay, at this junction, you should be able to come up with an answer already, right? So let me just go to the answer and give an answer here. Ready? They ask you for, well, have a look at it. The first question asks you for okay, based on this, what do you think approach matches their needs? Okay, let's look at the next one. So Raymond, how? Remember, Maximax is just the best of the best case scenario. Right? Got it? Best of the best case scenario, worst of the worst case, worst of the best of the worst case scenario. Got it? Okay, next thing, can I move on? Okay, let's look at the design choices. Okay, let's have a look at the design choices. Okay, now, LAN R will be run by a group of managers made up from each of the JV partner. That's going to cause a problem. They all have different management style. We're currently faced with decision about design product. There are 3 design choices depending on the power which wind turbine can generate. Okay, 8 megawatt, 3 megawatt, and 1 megawatt. Okay, a basic 1 megawatt. Now the engineering for 1 megawatt, 3 megawatt are well understood. So design is simpler than 8 megawatt, which would be world leading if completed. Okay, so 1 and 3 are not so risky. 8 is risky. Why? 1 and 3 less risk, correct? Okay. The demand for different type of units will depend on government subsidy for electricity, price charged electricity generating companies will buy the wind turbines, and plan regulation for building such a large structure. It is believed that there will be order for either 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, but there's no clear picture of yet demand level. Estimated costs and prices, appendix 1. Okay, right. Let's look at appendix 1. Right, you're given numbers here. Can you see these numbers? Variable cost, fixed cost, price cost. So I just take this information, copy. Okay, we'll just dump it into, guess where? Spreadsheet. Paste. Oh no, paste. Okay, that worked. Can? So you got variable cost, fixed cost, and also price per unit. Can? Now, are you okay? So all you have to do is let's do the okay, that's the demand. Got it? So let's look at the data that you got here. 10.4. Something wrong with this number here. Is there something wrong with the number there, guy? I think there's something wrong with this number here. No, the fixed cost is 7.5 million, is it? Yes, huh? Okay, we'll leave it as it is. 7.5 billion, yes or not? The others are 820 million and 360 million. Price per unit is also given there. Variable cost per unit given there. Fixed costs cover initial design and testing. Cost and price and real term, it likely to have more 2 years to develop them. So let's look at the numbers here. So if you have this, what's the profit you make under each situation? Okay, remember, under each situation, what's your profit that you make? Follow? So how much is the profit? Here is 20.8. So have a look at the first one. I'll just do a simple one here. Selling price 4.16 minus 1.15, correct? Sorry, not this one. It's going to be 4.16 minus 1.15. That's your contribution, correct? Times 1000, okay, times your minus your fixed cost. Can you get that number? Yes, no? All okay? Okay, that covers that one, all right? I just have to lock certain things down.
So I have to go somewhere. I need to be. Any questions to ask me?
Yeah, can. Okay, this one, set. Okay, done. All I do, drag. Okay? Follow? Okay, that's done. Let's do the next one. I locked these numbers. Are you okay? The only thing that I didn't lock was the demand reference. Okay, everything else can lock already. Right, the next one that you have, is going to be this one. Calculate this one quickly. Well, you can lock it straight away. You can't use F4, please remember, you have to use manual $ key in. Oh no, this didn't lock in. Hold on. Okay, done. Follow? Okay. So in this case, Are you clear? Any questions there, guys?
So the 7.5 million did you lock it, right?
Which one? I locked it in also.
Oh, you changed it.
7.5 million, correct. And just leave it as it is. I changed it in. Okay. Then I put max down here, you know how to get, huh? Then I put min, huh? Then I put max back again here.
So the B40 is C.
Okay, that should come up with the outcome there. Okay, now that's the answer that you would have seen. Clear? What he did was a payoff table. You prepared a payoff table. Okay, now moving on. Can I move on? Let's move on. Part B. Part B is about what's part B all about, guys? I think they also can become the world's number one or something, right? Can? Okay, that should be what you're looking at. Got it? Done. Okay, what's the problems that you see? Okay, are you okay at this part? Yes, no? Okay, what are the problems? Can? This covers this question. Any questions there, guys? You could have used 7S as a backup. You could have used 7S as a backup to analyze the question. If you had used 7S as a backup, it would look something like this. Can you understand the difference? You could have talked about it. Does that make sense? Source of analyzing all the problems. Can? Okay, are you clear in this part? Yes, no? Okay, we will stop there for today.